I think many of my regular viewers will probably recognise this machine, the 1951 Royal Enfield 350 Bullet G2 model, which has featured in quite a few videos recently. I ended up taking the engine out and totally stripping it. It was just in such a bad way. The last straw was actually finding that massive play on the timing side main shaft, so the engine had to come apart, and while I was in there I literally took everything in there apart and out and changed anything, even if it was slightly suspect. And I've got some of the culprits here. There's that conrod, which I didn't particularly like the look of in the first place, although the big end had no play in it. The fact that I had the crank out to change the timing side main shaft here meant that I had access to the crank pin, conrod and big end, so I went in and just changed anything that I could. These conrods are a bit hard to get at the moment, you can't get them new, but I managed to find a forged steel conrod out of an engine similar to this one here. This is a CO, I believe, and I had a dismantled Model C engine with the crank out, and I actually found the forged steel conrod in there which was in good condition like that. So I used that and I fitted a replacement big end outer race into it. I fitted a brand new floating bush. The crank pin miraculously was like new, and that even had the grub screw out the end of it missing, so most of the oil that was supposedly intended to be pumped to the big end was just getting out through the end of the crank pin, believe it or not, even on those occasions when I was riding this machine. Amazing it stood up to that. Main bearings, two on the drive side, the roller race on the timing side was replaced. Obviously the inner race of that is the timing side main shaft, so that's in there in the rebuilt engine. Timing side bronze bush, that's the little relief valve assembly that fits into the inside end of the timing side main shaft. Well, the new main shaft came with a new one in it, so that's the old one. And we've got various felt seals and so on, and in here we've got, there's the two old oil pumps which were very worn indeed, and I'd originally thought that they were responsible for the wet sumping, but we all know now that that wasn't the case. We've had a new oil pump drive spindle and worm nut to go with the new oil pump assemblies, new filter, cylinder barrels being honed, a new piston and rings and gudgeon pin fitted. Believe it or not, considering the state of everything on this bike, including the front forks where I had to braze that leg because that was cracked and leaking oil, and the forks originally were seized up in any case, I had both wheels off it. I think pretty much the only thing that was in very good condition was the cylinder head, valves, guides and seats, and they are remarkably good. But anyway, I've got to the point now where it's in one piece again after all the work I've done, and I'm hoping that it's going to start up for us. So I'm going to put this lot away now, just move these, and I'll set the camera up so we can have a look, and I'm going to attempt to start the engine. It's all got oil in it, the timing chest is primed, the oil filter is primed, I've pumped oil through the main shaft into the crankcase, the tank, the oil tank I filled yesterday. Just check that. Yep, it's still there. That's a good sign. So I'm going to set the camera up over here rather appropriately. I'll put it on this old Royal Enfield Model C engine. Yeah, that'll do as a good plinth for the camera, and I'll just get something to step on and get up there, and we'll see if it starts. So as I say, place your bets. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm hoping that I've got the timing right and various other things. The magneto timing seems to be as it was when I had it before I stripped it down, which was all nice and good. Hopefully it still is. Let's get some fuel through. Right, here we are. Not bad, not bad. We're looking here. We're pumping oil. That sounds quite happy with life. That's condensation, not smoke. And I think the engine is quite a bit quieter mechanically too, which I've got to say it didn't really seem to sound too bad before actually to me, although the camera microphone always amplifies the noises and makes these things sound more rattly and clattery than they really are in real life by the time I get them on YouTube. But this is definitely quieter and smoother running, I would say now, so that's good. I'm going to put the camera back down over there and I'm going to see what happens, what response I get to the advanced retard lever. I think it's about where I want it to be. Let's have a look. Hopefully that'll stay there. I think I've got the timing how I want it. I've also got an upgrade of the seal in there now. I've got a rubber spring-loaded garter or lip seal in there now, rather than the felt arrangement with the spring and the metal cup. So hopefully that'll be the end of the external oil leaks from the magneto output, or magneto drive outlet. That's full advance. I don't know whether it will tick over on the fully retarded position. Yeah, I got the timing exactly as it was before, which I was very happy with, so I'm glad I managed to get that back again. Okay. I'm sure it'll restart quite easily. Bit of clutch slip. Well, not exactly one kick, but it's going again. I think I'm going to run this a bit longer on the bike lift. Look around and check a few things as it warms up, and keep it running perhaps for 15 or 20 minutes. Satisfy myself that I'm happy with everything. And then maybe get out on it for a run and hopefully confirm that finally this old girl can go home. Nice to see it back together and running again anyway.